Hi, welcome to Cannes Yachting Festival and the Kinetic KC54. First time I've started, I think, a yacht tour in the interior, but I think you might be able to see why. And I am like a pig in the muck here because I've been looking forward to seeing this boat for years now. And this is the first time Kinetic, South African yard, are in Europe. Let's have a look around this KC54. It's a beast. So as you can see, this is a very good looking yacht. It's a luxury performance cat that really stops you in the tracks here, and that is saying that whilst we are on a dock full of nice catamarans. But yeah, this one just absolutely striking. Not just the really lovely Alexial paint job they've done on this, which is like a very, very light blue, but just look at the space on there as well for a performance cat. It's phenomenal, really. Let's jump on. So if you don't know Kinetic Catamarans, they are they're based in Kynsna, South Africa. They have their shipyard there, privately owned company. There's run from the States and the shipyard in South Africa. And they build very, very high-end, semi-custom performance catamarans. And from what I can see from going on here, they max the expectations. Very good-looking boats in my books, and they've got a KC54, this boat. This is number 4, and a 62. And they've just announced at the Cannes show here the new K6 range, which you can see in Yachting World. We've written about that. Anyway, great chance here to have a look aboard, and hopefully this will just be a quick walk around because we'll want to show you what it's like to sail, because I think you can get an idea of this. It's not just a voluminous, good-looking yacht, it's a performance boat, and yeah, this will give you an idea of that. Check out how fine those puppies are. Simonis Vood design, full carbon build, very, very nicely styled. So a few features that I really love. When you come on the boat, you feel the fresh air and ventilation, thanks to that forward cockpit. That's where all your sailing systems are run from. Everything run forward to there. Let's go through. There's a couple of people there at the moment, so we'll go through in a minute, but look at all the ventilation going into the interior, and being able to shut off this, which is a full leisure zone. So there's no sailing systems back in the aft cockpit. You've got the wheels aft here if you want to steer from here, or the central one inside. But yeah, there's in terms of guests there, relaxing in there. And then this is a smart system. It's a really wide boat, but yeah, this swim platform, can you see the recess in here? So that lifts and fits within there, and with that lifted up, so that step folds up as the swim platform lifts up. That seals the transom area, and then that lifts on a winch at the push of a button, and then these davits just lift over manually, and then you control those on a winch as well to lift the dinghy up. But it just means you extend this whole area and have that lovely walk through there, the cockpit and the saloon. So yeah, full carbon builds. The displacement lightweight on this is 16 tons, I think. As I say, this is number 4, I think. Number 6 being finished at the moment. So this launched last May and has just sailed here from the Azores and will be based in the Med for large aft cockpit. So I should also mention a lot of this, it's customizable. So you other than moving the structures, the main bulkheads, and you can appreciate how much carbon strengthening goes into an opening like that. Yeah, you can very much choose what you want. These are high-end builds and tailored in a sort of boutique style. Right, I'm going to take you through to the forward cockpit, show you that. But here's the thing that really struck me is just how light it is in here. I mean, that's the Van R5 next to us, an aluminium boat, which I thought probably was one of the lightest I've been on recently, because that has no mullions in it, stiff aluminium. But this is laminated, toughened glass, and so it's only 12mm thick, which saves a lot of weight over using 16mm glass. Look at the light that is flooding in here. It's just astonishing. It's very high. Hang on. Isn't that high? I can just about reach the headboard above me of the coach roof there. Really high, and that just gives this feeling of space. I mean, it feels so much bigger than 54. Feels like a 60-footer on here, I would say. Nav station, and here's your internal helm for when weather is bad. You know, these yachts are typically crewed by couples going long distances, the 54 and the 62. Another thing you can't feel, I can. It's cool, and that's because, and there's no aircon running. It's just the ventilation's just pouring through here. Big window there and the door, and you really feel that in a place like this. Few benefits. There are quite a few benefits of having this forward cockpit. So when you're short-handing, you're on watch here. It's easy to trim the sails, and then when you drop the anchor or you're in port like this, you've got this lovely little leisure area away from the dock if you're stern to, or just, yeah, I mean, sitting on passage here, lovely. A little bit of breeze through you, fantastic. And this is where you control the sail systems from. So the halyards are on these constrictor clutches coming down through the mast. And the main sheet is on a Traveller on a line drive, and you can control that obviously from the central winch, and you control your head sails from these sheets here. So they've got some really nice leads that allow them to do that round turning blocks. And I'll show you from the coach roof as well how those work. So big powered winches here, and you've got a nice little deep cockpit here. Yes, you would get some spray in big waves, but then you could go inside and shut the door, and you've got a massive drainage wells below there, so it will drain any waves that did come through here very, very quickly. Forward of here you got stowage lockers, really, some machinery spaces, so stowage lockers mainly, and sail lockers forward in the bows. But even your anchoring can be done from here, so you can set the bridle from in here as well. Your polished stainless steel anchor chain there, so it just means that everything's doable from a very sort of compact central place area of low pitching. The jib on this one is on a self-tacking rail there, so that will largely look after itself when you're going through the manoeuvres. And then you can see the turning blocks on here for code sail sheets, and they're actually on the new boats. They're putting transverse tracks in along here, so that will set your clue angle on those nicely. Nice high rail there to grab hold of moving forward. Loads of solar space as well. And then even the kite sheets, when you set an asymmetric spinnaker, will go right off the pad eyes off the aft quarters, led forward here around through those turning blocks and back to those winches. So again, like you're trimming from that forward cockpit. Love that. Nice bimini area as well. I mean, that's important to use in that forward cockpit in this sort of weather as well. And in terms of the glass taking heat out, you probably might have noticed these. The black canopies, they just roll down, and they would take the UV out and help absorb the heat as well. And there's your view from the aft helms. for your direct steering feel. And then big chunky transom, so within there you've got a grill for your barbecue your fresh fish, and then a fridge on this side. And then interior wise, yeah, plenty of room for customization really. This one's got a nice island galley in the middle, stone surface on it. The finishing is world class, I would say. It's got real super yacht quality. Plenty of refrigeration space, won't take you through everything. Nice little nav area up here. And yeah, I just think the natural light and ventilation are just gonna be the things that really seal the deal with this. A moonroof there to keep an eye on your mainsail shapes. Kinetic will do a standard stack pack or in-boom reefing. So it's typically used by a couple, so 3 cabin layout is typical. I'm going to show you the sort of guest side first because there's other people in the owner's side of the hull. So double aft there, and a thwartship, sort of the VIP guest cabin up forward here. So all of the hulls are fully faired and painted, really smooth finish, and that's some skill in doing that. This one's got a lovely bamboo veneer finish, and you see like the edges, they use a hardwood trim on them as well. It's just, yeah, nice details. Considering this is a year old, it also looks mint as well. So shower compartment forward, again loads of ventilation. On that note, the port light there opens beneath the seats in that forward cockpit, so you can keep that open and you're not going to get rain coming through. Just more natural ventilation. Loads of stowage, and then in here I think a technical locker. Yeah, so there's all your batteries. Fans in there and ventilation going out through the bridge deck, and there's Dorades in that for that purpose. This one has a CTEC system, digital switching system, but it's got manual breakers installed on here for the main sailing systems. More access to electronics under there, and then you move. So this during the day, this is a day heads, I guess, on this side here with head there, and a shower compartment, and then close that off. Loads of stowage back here, and a nice low double berth with lots of natural light. We're next to another yacht at the moment, but those aft facing windows would be nice. So the layout is pretty customizable. So the next one, I think they've moved the companionway here further forward to give more space in this aft area. But look at this, I think for owners, couples using the boat, this multi-use room, fantastic. And this is what the founder Bob Hayward had on his 62 that they cruise. So you've got a quiet area, somewhere to work, somewhere to get away from other people, I guess. But yeah, what a lovely little zone as well. And you know, it's convertible, so that lifts away, desk lifts away, and that pulls forward to create a queen size double bed if you want it. It sort of future proofs that as a cabin, and it's got its own sliding door there, which I obviously didn't just undo the deadbolt for. So yes, this can be a cabin, but for the 90% of the time this hull would be just for the owners, so you're just using this as a home office quiet desk space. Then moving forward, head area inboard, that can be inboard or outboard, and then just a nice big cabin with vast amounts of stowage. Big thwartships double, looking out through hull windows, again lots of ventilation, just lots of stowage, lots of lovely finishing. Really, it's lovely boat building, done a great job. And then you've got a second sink area up here and the shower compartment further forward. So Kinetic launched this KC54 4 years ago. I still haven't got to sail it, but I've been itching to see a board one, and it doesn't disappoint. Super cool luxury fast cruiser. I hope to bring you that sail trial one day soon, because this will be based in the Med. It's her high-end premium cruiser, so it starts at 3 million euros, I think. Check out the K662 and the new K6 series as well, but for couples going distance cruising in style, KC54. Hope you enjoyed the tour.